are the most viral moments on Customs UK. Which one's your favourite?
The man's anger at being stopped creates more suspicion that he has something to hide.
So where are you off to then? Where are you off to? Where are you off to now? Sorry? You just want to go home? Where's home? Sorry?
Skates. If you open it, hit it again, please, like the same.
Well, I'll do my best, but, you know, if you're not happy the way we do it, then you can sort it out for yourself, can't you?
What do you mean I sort out myself?
Well, I'll open it the best that I can. If you want to, do you want to unwrap it for me?
You know why? Listen to me.
Do you want to unwrap it so you can wrap it back up how you want,
Yeah, exactly.
or do you want me to just cut it open? I'm happy for you to unwrap it.
You can use machines or
No,
whatever.
that's...
I'm
going to have a look.
I'm not happy what you're doing right now.
Well, that's fine. If you're not happy, sir.
Honestly.
If you're not happy,
really
there's
not
a
happy.
complaints procedure you can follow after we've done this.
I need to talk to somebody you see.
Well, no. At the moment, we're going to look in this box, all right? Now, do you want me to cut it
I
open?
don't want the camera, please. All right. Take it in pieces, say it's thanks.
Yeah, well...
The machine. You don't have to open it.
Listen, I don't tell you what to do for your job. You please don't tell me what to do for mine, and then we'll get on just fine, won't we? What's this?
This is drugs.
Sorry?
Check them.
Will you tell me what it is before I get there? You tell me you know what's in the bag.
It's kind of sweets.
What's that one do?
Huh?
What's that for?
This?
Yeah.
Medication?
For what?
For headache.
For a headache?
Someone took this drink.
The man's nonchalant answers are proving just as much of a headache for Mike.
What's that off? What is it? It's your nationality, is it? Who's the other fella? You don't know.
Having found nothing of significance in the man's bag, his shoes are swab tested for any traces of drugs.
I'll just swab the shoes feel a little heavy, and I'll just swab the inside of them to see if we've got a trace reading. As you can see, there's a small trace reading for heroin. Just going to pop them through the X-ray now.
Heroin use is widespread in Morocco, and Mike is concerned that the passenger may be concealing the drug in his shoes.
Now to be honest, that looks exactly what I'd expect to see. Looks fine. Okay, so thanks for your patience. You start putting that back if you want to. Well, you can repack it if you want to. I mean, the legal obligation is passengers are legally obliged to open and repack their baggage when requested to do so. Just speeds things up for you. I know you're in a rush.
The man is clearly unhappy about the whole incident. Searching passengers and their luggage is part and parcel of the UK Border Agency's role. It's a necessary process, and for the officers, courtesy goes a long way.
There you go. Thanks for your time and your patience. We're very well aware that the majority of people are perfectly innocent travellers going about their normal day-to-day life. The guilty don't wear labels, and it can make our job a lot easier if people are compliant and pleasant with us rather than perhaps trying to see things that aren't there.
The body language of one passenger has caught the eye of officers. He's been acting nervously since coming through immigration, so he's pulled over to answer a few questions.
How long ago did you book the trip?
Trip?
Yeah.
To Barbados?
Yeah.
I planned it about a month ago. I bought the ticket early last week. I'm off to travel.
So did you go from Canada to...
Yeah,
Barbados?
Barbados. Yeah, I went from there. But I figured it's better to go there first and all the back just to make sense.
A quick search of the man's suitcase has revealed nothing suspicious, but his animated and nervous behaviour is causing great concern.
So, have you used any cocaine while you've been away?
No, I haven't.
So if we do an X-ray of you, there'll be no cocaine use. Then you have no packages. You sure? So you'll have no problem doing an X-ray?
Have to do an X-ray?
Yeah. You got a package of cocaine inside you?
I have no packages.
Are you sure about this?
Sure.
Yeah?
But the man's answers aren't convincing, and he started to sweat noticeably. A swab test of his suitcase is carried out for any traces of drugs. The machine gives an extremely high reading for the presence of cocaine. As the circumstances become even more suspicious, officers escort the man to a private interview room for questioning. Here they hope he may confess to being a drug smuggler.
You can't stop talking. You look as nervous as anything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, go on.
I think you may have drugs inside you, or on your person. Okay?
He's basically done a couple of iron tracks and they've come up quite high. He suspects that it may be internal concealment. So he's just arrested him now, and then I dare say, providing we get acceptance from him, that we'll body scan him just to check that he's clear.
Smugglers carrying packages internally often secrete traces of drugs through the sweat in their shoes. A swab test is conducted for any further hits of cocaine. And another very high reading for cocaine causes more concern, giving officers a good reason to put the passenger through a full-body X-ray.
Is this a consent?
Yeah, because you're taking our X-ray,
Yeah.
we need your consent to say that you'll do it for us.
Well, I'm not going to give you my consent. I think this is a load of crap.
Okay, well what happens then if you don't do the X-ray? You stay with us until you've produced 2 clear bowel movements, however long that may take.
If you don't want to, that's fine. We'll just take you downstairs, get you custodised, put you in a cell in a white suit, and we'll wait there till you've moved your bowels twice to show there's no packages there. Or we can do it now by doing an X-ray. You're cool.
The man's options are limited. They'll find out one way or another whether he swallowed any drugs.
Right, now what you need to do, this conveyor belt's going to move, yeah? You're going to stand on it. You need to stand on it as I'm standing on it, nice and straight, yeah? Arms by his side, nice and still. And breathe out slowly, yeah? Until your lungs are empty and hold.
With the net closing in, officers try to get him to confess.
How many packages you got? What? Cocaine inside you? No. No?
Incredibly, he's still denying it. But the X-ray images confirm their suspicions that he's stuffed with packages. The man is led away to the airport's custody suite.
Let us know immediately if you feel unwell.
Hello.
He kept pleading his innocence, but after a week and a half in custody, he eventually went to the toilet and produced 36 packages of cocaine with a street value of over £30,000. Officers have noticed a strange odour coming from a number of suitcases. And as the pungent suitcases are collected, the owners are stopped for questioning in the customs channels.
Okay, is it just fish? Nothing
Yeah,
else?
fish, yeah.
Nothing else but fish, yeah?
Just food. My mom, I bring for my brothers, sisters, my
Right,
mom say,
yeah, okay, but it all belongs to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, but some I'll give to her.
Well, no, you said, when I asked you the initial questions, you said these bags were yours and yours alone.
No, because I put it on my name. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
no, you
because
said-
if I the
You
kid.
said to me.
Yeah, because it's my name. I cannot lie to you. That's why.
From outside the EU, there's a strict allowance of 20 kilograms of fish per person. It's become apparent that the woman's travelling companions are people she's just met in the baggage hall.
The first time they come in this country, they don't speak English. So I was happy and kept it for them. I can travel for children.
Officers suspect that the woman may have befriended the other passengers so they would unwittingly share her imported food allowance. The first suitcase is stuffed to the brim with smoked fish. So if she's carrying any more, she'll be well over her allowance.
It's just dried smoked fish. It's whether it's dried or wet fish. If you go over the 20 kilos allowance, it's all liable to seizure.
And it doesn't look particularly appetizing. Officers open the woman's second suitcase, which is also stuffed to the brim with smoked fish. It's clear she has well exceeded her allowance.
The regulations are 20 kilos of fish. If you go over that, it's deemed as a commercial amount, and we're entitled to take the whole lot. So in this case, it was about 43 kilos of fish, just for the one passenger.
Despite being way over her allowance, the passenger is far from happy that she'll be leaving with nothing.
Only allowed 20 kilos.
20 kilos? And why don't you give me my 20 kilos?
Because if you exceed your 20 kilo allowance, £3 to take the whole lot from you.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's your responsibility as a traveller to ensure you know what your allowances are.
Is the aeroplane responsibility to learn people what to bring and how many kilos you have to bring?
It's the airline's responsibility, I'm afraid.
The 43 kilograms of fish are bagged up and ready to be destroyed. The disgruntled woman is given a warning and released. In Manchester, a radio message has come in from a pilot of an EasyJet flight. 2 female passengers are suspected of smoking cannabis in the plane's rear toilet.
Who is it, blonde? I'll go upstairs, mate. All right, I'll go upstairs.
The pressure is now on for sniffer dog Amy to identify the suspects amongst the crowd.
Stay single file to the right, please, as you're coming through, thanks. Just stay to the right and keep walking past. Ames, in here. Just lower that bag for me, please. Amy.
Amy is looking for drugs, but UK border officer Phil is trained to spot suspicious behaviour.
Thanks very much. There was a girl who didn't really want to. I don't know whether she had a small handbag. If it was her, she wasn't too keen on lowering it for the dog.
It wasn't a definite indication, so Amy boards the plane to search the seats for any drugs ditched by the suspects.
Hey, am I in about the general area where she was sat? Yeah. Dog isn't pinpointing any particular areas, she's just very busy around all those seats. Staff have been on already and done a search of the whole area. So what there could be, the dog could just be picking up the residual smell of whatever she's been doing, been taking.
With no physical evidence left on the plane, the officers will stop and search the 2 suspects for any cannabis. Unexpectedly, the officer gets a hit for cocaine.
It's quite noticeable that this particular one wasn't keen for the dog to go anywhere near her. And by the sounds of it, they are getting traces off them at the moment for cocaine. So the officers are just doing further investigation on that at the moment.
Confronted with the evidence, one of the girls admits to having taken cocaine. But with such strong traces, officers are still highly suspicious.
Well, still getting hits absolutely everywhere for coke. The thing you said you used some last night, yeah. First luggage. I also got hits on the plane for coke, so from the dog where you were sat.
On the plane?
Yeah, if you both, yeah. Your seats on the plane, okay. So, what I'm going to do, we'll take you into. You want to take one of these rooms, and we'll get some repack the bag and bring it in. Come in here with me.
Officers have no jurisdiction over drug use abroad, but they suspect the girl may be carrying cocaine internally. It's a serious crime with potentially lethal consequences.
Also, I've got a suspicion that you could have drugs internally somewhere, because there's none in your bag.
You crazy man.
No, that's what it is. So, what I have to do here, okay? I'm arresting you, okay? On suspicion of being involved with the illegal importation of a controlled substance, cocaine. Okay, it's okay on this one. I have to arrest you. You do not have to say anything, okay? But it may harm your defence. If you fail to mention something in question you later on, I'll call it. Anything you do say will be given in evidence. Do you understand that?
And what happens when you don't find anything?
If nothing's found, I'm sure you'll be arrested and go on your way.
Their ordeal is far from over, and their attempt to dispose of the evidence has failed.
I think, okay, right, no worries.
One of the officers found a package by the bench, which we think one of the girls has actually dropped. It was found to be cannabis in a sock. He's actually looked, and within the cannabis he's found a small plastic bag, like a deal bag, containing some white powder. We suspect that to be cocaine. The girl who was travelling with her, the officers have conducted a search of person. During the search of person, they found another package. It's a sock containing cannabis. They weren't sure whether they could feel something else, so they upgraded the search to a strip search. They've done a strip search now, and they're quite happy she's got nothing on her person.
But having detected such high hits for cocaine, the girls are led away for a full body X-ray. Class A smugglers face a maximum of life in prison.
Just get in there and sit down, please. You're best not talking to each other. If you talk to each other, we'll have to take you one at a time and it'll take longer.
Dealing with suspected drug swallowers is also stressful for the officers. If the girls do have packages internally, it's a life-threatening situation.
By using the machines we have in the Green Channel, we've found very high traces of cocaine. So we believe they could well have concealments of cocaine inside them. We just simply put the passenger on the machine and it passes the person through the machine. We instantly get an image on screen that we can examine, and if we can see packages there, then they back up to custody while we await the packages to pass through the system.
Fine, don't you?
Dunno.
What do you think?
You tell us. We've got to be 100% sure there's nothing up there. 'Cause if we say there's nothing there, and if it is something like cocaine that does, when the package does split, you're talking a matter of seconds before you suffer a fatal overdose. So we want to be 100% sure there's nothing there before we say, yeah, it's negative. If you put your feet on them marks, hold on to either side, it's be a couple of seconds and it'll start moving.
Thankfully, both scans are clear, but the girls are still in trouble. 2 weeks later, a court decided the drugs were for personal use only, and they got a 12-month suspended sentence for the attempted importation. It's early afternoon at Bristol Airport. A flight has just arrived from Malaga in Spain, and officers are x-raying bags to check for any illegal goods. One bag appears to be full of cigarettes, so a description is radioed through to the officers inside the terminal.
It's a black bulldog, and it's got Chelsea vine kind of.
Okay, I'll pick it up, thank you.
The bag is placed back on the luggage carousel, and Officer Erica waits for the owner to pass through the customs channels.
Hi guys, are you travelling together? Yeah, can you just step this way a second? Where have you just arrived from?
Spain, Malaga.
Malaga? And how long have you been away for?
4 days.
4 days? Was it holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And I take it this is all your luggage?
Yeah.
You packed it all yourselves? Yeah? Fully aware of all the contents?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Did you purchase anything over there that you brought back with you? Any gifts for anyone? Cigarettes, tobacco, alcohol?
Kids and t-shirts.
Right, okay, so no cigarettes and tobacco? Okay, and who are they for? Both of you? You both smoke, do you? Okay, and how much have you... You don't at the moment?
No, she's pregnant.
Oh, right, okay.
Big go back to Spain.
Right, okay, so how much have you got?
How about I got?
How many cigarettes, tobacco? How much have you got?
Quantities of cigarettes purchased in Spain are only allowed back into the UK if they're for personal use. The couple will need to convince Erica that all their tobacco products are for themselves. As the bags are checked, the packages just keep coming, raising the suspicion that the goods may not be for personal use.
How much did all of this cost you? So, you are the only one that smokes at the moment, yeah?
Basically, I smoke rollies.
Yeah.
She smokes and takes. She's offered some but I'm not going back abroad, so basically I wanted to buy it.
Oh, right, okay. How long do you expect this to last you?
6 months tops.
Yeah? Do you normally bring stuff back when you go abroad, or?
If we go away to Spain, we do, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Have you got any rolling papers on you at all?
On me?
Yeah. No papers? No? Okay, you've got an open packet there, though, have you? Okay, if I asked you to roll a cigarette, would you be able to do that for me? Yeah? Okay, I'll just get some papers then.
The male passenger has been asked to roll a cigarette to establish whether he himself is a smoker.
Do you normally roll them yourself?
Yeah, but probably not
No. No, basically there's a guideline amount. We've got to satisfy ourselves that it's not for any other purpose than your own personal use.
After 2 attempts, the man has produced a pretty unconvincing rollie.
All right, I'll be back in a second then. That's his second attempt at a cigarette.
Okay. If that's what you
Yeah.
think, a rollie, it'll last them about 2 years.
Erica remains unhappy with the couple's story.
Right, based on the amount that you brought in, you're not over the guidelines, but I'm not entirely satisfied. Obviously, you're bringing in cigarettes, even though you're not going to be smoking them for a certain amount of months. Okay, what I want to do is just interview you both, okay, and ask you some more questions. You're not under arrest or anything like that, so you are free to leave, but obviously if you do go, the goods stay here. Oh, right. Okay. So would that be preferable?
Go away and come back, that'd be better.
Yeah?
Leave everything, or can you take all the facts with us, or no?
No, you have to leave everything here. What we do is we detain it. I'll write out a detention notice for you. I'll just do the paperwork, okay? And then you can just sign it and we'll go from there.
Excellent.
Okay, yeah?
The passengers decide that their time is more precious than their €1,800 cargo and choose to leave the airport empty-handed.
It's hard to tell. That's why we carry out the interviews, go into a bit more detail. You didn't really do a successful attempt at rolling a cigarette, to be honest.
As the couple leave the airport, they're given 30 days in which to arrange the follow-up meeting. For now, their goods remain seized. A lone female passenger in a blue top has been observed acting nervously. Border agency officers decide to stop her as she passes through the customs channels.
Hello, madam. Where have you just come from?
Portventura.
Portventura. Just have a quick chat for a second. Are you travelling on your own?
Yes.
Yes. Where are you going back to now? Is this all your luggage?
Yeah.
You packed it yourself?
Yeah.
Are you carrying anything for anybody else?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. You come down the green, nothing to declare channel. Do you understand what your allowances are?
About 3, you know.
All right. Well, I'll tell you the allowance is 200 cigarettes.
200?
That's what you're allowed to bring back.
I thought you were bringing Spanish right back to Spain.
No. In Spain you can. Fuerteventura is not mainland Spain and is outside of the EU for tax purposes.
Right.
So you can only bring up 200 cigarettes or 250 grams of tobacco. So I take it that you've got in excess of your allowance?
Yeah, I have then, yeah.
Okay. The woman admits exceeding her allowance, but Officer Mark wants to see how many cigarettes she's carrying.
So do you actually know how many cigarettes you have altogether, or are you not sure?
I don't know whether I bought some on the way out, because you can't always get still cut. And I'm not sure whether they've still got any of them left.
Well, anything you buy on its way, it loses its identity anyway, so it counts towards your allowance when you come back in again.
With over 800 cigarettes in her hand luggage, the woman's naivety towards the restrictions doesn't convince.
To be honest, it's the first time I've bought back any cigarettes for ages, you know? I think that's all I've got.
Have you got your passport on you there, please?
The suitcase is searched for any remaining cigarettes.
Thank you very much. If you just bear with me a second, I'm just going to do a couple of checks, okay? You can put the clothing back in if you want to, but not the cigarettes. I'll be back in a second.
Mark is pulled aside by a colleague searching another passenger. Suspiciously, her cigarettes are almost identical.
Odd. Where are you going back to now?
Home.
Yeah, kind of guessed that a bit. Where's home? Same area.
There's a whole crowd of women travelling together.
Oh,
This
right.
lady says the bag doesn't belong to her, but she's going to tell me that it doesn't. I think she's carrying the bag.
Probably, yeah. It's same area.
Officers are starting to think there's a link between the passengers, but will have to investigate further.
That lady down there,
Yeah.
is that bag that she's carrying yours?
No.
It's not yours?
No, it's not.
And you said you're travelling on your own,
Yeah,
are
I
you?
am. We know each other.
Oh, you do know her?
Well, by sight sort of thing, you know, not on holiday with her.
All right, then, if you just bear with me anyway, just a few checks to do.
Officer Mark goes to check whether the woman has a history of smuggling goods.
So it was last year, Cardiff Airport. And 2006, so it must have been again from...
The database reveals the woman has had goods seized on more than one occasion.
Have you ever had problems with customs or border controls before? You've had goods taken before? Seized?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, where was that or when was that?
Yeah.
Here? What, in Bristol?
Yeah.
Here?
I think. I can't remember.
But you don't know how long ago?
No, I don't.
Roughly?
No, I don't, because I just haven't bought any duty free back for a long time.
But your goods seized last year?
Last year?
Yeah, at Cardiff Airport. 2,000 cigarettes.
Was it only last year?
It was, yes.
Well,
And at the time you had 2,000 cigarettes seized, so you must have known what the allowances were. You must have
but I've
inquired
been
why you
told
taking
that-
my cigarettes from me.
I've been told that it's been, you know, that it's been changed now.
And who told you that?
well, the people out there that we, you know, can buy cigarettes from in the shops.
You don't think they might have told you that to sort of sell you more cigarettes,
probably,
perhaps? But, I mean, I know it's a relatively small amount, but obviously you are 6 times over the limit. So.
No lesson.
Whatever the truth, the woman is having her cigarettes seized yet again.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a huge amount of cigarettes, but at the end of the day, she's got 6 times what is the allowance, and she's a previous offender. OK, those receipts from what I've had to take from you. And don't listen to what the people tell you in the shops. It's, all right then. Thank you for your time anyway. Cheerio. She knew the lady at the end down there, but said that she wasn't travelling with her. And it begs the question, are they all travelling together and do all the goods belong to one person? But it doesn't matter because we've seized the goods anyway.
As the last of the passengers pass through the customs channels, officers stop a woman who's just arrived home in the UK. After a routine baggage search and an ion scan swab test of her suitcase, traces have been found for cocaine. Despite the woman's protest, her suitcase is taken away for further tests.
I've done an ion scan on the bag. I mean, she's adamant she hasn't come anywhere near drugs. She's adamant there's nothing in there, but I've got to find out why. I've got a reading for 2.55. What do you do for a living?
I was writing for a magazine out there.
What does your partner do?
He's a musician. Yeah, what is the situation?
Well, I'm still getting readings for cocaine. So you said you're travelling with your partner. I need to have a chat with him as well to see if we can find out why we are getting the readings.
The woman starts to become agitated with the suggestion that she's been involved with cocaine.
I'm not saying you've got it. All I'm saying is at the moment...
There's no actual cocaine.
Well, I haven't found any, so that's good. But I still need to find out why I am getting these readings. It might be that your boyfriend will be able to throw some light on it. I don't know until I've spoken to him.
But if he can't throw any light on it, what happens?
Well, at the moment, until I've spoken to him, I can't say what's going to happen.
Whilst waiting for the woman's boyfriend to arrive from immigration, officers become intrigued by some prescription drugs in the woman's hand luggage.
It's a strong medication. It certainly sounds it by that.
What if that could have set it off?
Pardon?
With questions to be answered, the woman's Rastafarian boyfriend is hurried through immigration, but he too is less than happy at the suggestion he's been involved with cocaine.
And it can happen from anything. You can have touched something that somebody else has touched.
I haven't touched nothing.
But you don't know that. You might have touched the... Listen to me. You might have touched the airlines.
Just relax, yeah.
You can pick up traces of drugs from anywhere.
Yeah.
You can pick them up from train
Well,
seats. You can pick them up from airline seats. You can pick them up from being in nightclubs, pubs, bars, anywhere. No, but this is what I'm saying to you. This is you can pick traces of drugs up, okay? And that can then contaminate the contents of your suitcase. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that's all.
I'm a reggae artist, you know.
Okay.
And my wife not.
With neither passenger offering an explanation, further searches will be conducted to get to the bottom of the cocaine traces.
So as a Rasta then, do you use cannabis?
Yeah, I use cannabis, but I don't have none neither. But I want to find traces of cannabis, because I smoke cannabis. But no other drugs, I don't deal with crack and cocaine.
That's fine.
We also ban it, we have the money in the Royal Bank
fine.
of Scotland, so we not transfer drugs and push drugs.
But you see, where you say that you're a reggae artist, okay? So where you do that, there could be people there who smoke drugs and smoke cocaine.
And I'm clean.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So you could have picked up traces of drugs from there. You wouldn't know that you'd done it.
It's very hard for to label my lady like that, you know? You understand?
Officer Hazel takes the man's suitcase to the X-ray, but her colleague Sam thinks she might have worked out what's causing the high traces of cocaine.
We just have to check your partner, but what I think is happening is because of the drugs you're taking, it's reacting for the cocaine test. And that's probably all it is.
I've never even seen cocaine. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, but that's what it is. I think that's what it is. It's because you've got really strong medication. And I think that's where it is, because you're taking it. When you sweat, it goes into your pores, and then it goes onto your clothing, then you're putting the clothing in your suitcase. And that's what's contaminating it.
Hazel's search of the man's suitcase comes back clear as well.
Okay. That's fine.
You okay, princess?
Yes.
Yeah, man, Chris, man. Everything, Chris.
Despite the questioning, the couple are happy to accept that it's been a necessary interrogation by the officers.
Thank you for being understanding. Sorry for delaying you. Okay? Right, bye-bye.
He was fine because I sprang him out the queue and he was absolutely fine. He was charming, chatty, and the minute that you mention drugs, cocaine specifically, he was not happy at all. He's Rastafarian and, to my understanding, they use cannabis and don't have much to do with cocaine, but he got quite cross up here, but then he called me Princess, so I figured it wasn't too bad. Nobody ever calls me Princess.
I think they felt better when I said I think it's the medication.
Yeah.
He claims to have come to the UK for a family wedding.
Can I just ask you a little bit more about you said you're over here for your sister's wedding? Yeah?
On vacation, but she told me she's getting married, so I will attend at the same time.
All right, so you had initially planned to come over here for a vacation, and then you found out your sister was getting married.
Having looked in the man's suitcase, Officer Sarah chats to colleagues with concerns about the man's possessions.
The clothing, it's all manner of sizes, ranging from medium through to XXL. They're quite new bags. The shoes are not the same size. There's nothing in there that I would expect somebody to wear to a wedding.
Officers working in immigration have already called a phone number the man has provided for his sister.
The sister apparently has made no mention to the immigration officer of the wedding.
With too many holes in the man's story, and with reason to doubt the purpose of his visit to the UK, the man is led away as concerns grow that he may be a drug smuggler.
His demeanour didn't seem right when I was talking to him at the gate. He said that basically his sister has paid half the ticket to come over here and half of the hotel booking fee. However, immigration have spoken to his sister and she said, no, I've not given him any money for the ticket, but I am going to be paying half the hotel fee.
Even though nothing is found during the search, officers still suspect the man may be smuggling drugs inside his body. A swab test is conducted on his shoes. Swallowers will often secrete traces of drugs in the sweat in their feet. And a small trace for the presence of cocaine increases their suspicion.
Okay, we're going to ask him if he'll go through the X-ray.
Oh, okay.
The man is taken to the body scanning machine to find out if he's got any packages inside him.
Watch. We'll just ask you to stand on this conveyor belt like this, okay? And then when we push the button, we'll move over towards the wall, okay?
Exhale, hold your breath, don't breathe in, don't breathe in. Okay, carry on breathing now, that's fine. Breathe as normal.
Do you want to follow me?
The results from the X-ray are conclusive.
I think there is something there.
He looks very full up, this guy. Does look very compact in there.
The images on these screens do look like there is some kind of mass there, so it's quite possible that he has got packages inside him.
Sarah breaks the news to the passenger.
Now, I've had a look at the X-ray images in there, okay, and I think that there may be something inside you. I think you may have swallowed possibly some packages of drugs. I'm arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of a controlled drug. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The man is put in handcuffs and escorted to the airport's custody suite. Officers have a duty of care to ensure that the packages of drugs pass through him as swiftly and safely as possible.
In due course, he'll be interviewed, and for the duration of his time with us, he'll be monitored 24 hours a day, and he will use a special toilet and pass the packages that he swallowed as nature takes its course.
Since we've been in the custody suite here, Mr. Plead has been into the toilet twice. He's not passed any packages, So he's been put into a white paper suit in the custody suite here in the cell, and then we'll be transporting him up to Heathrow in the prison van.
The man was monitored at Gatwick Airport for a further 3 hours before being taken to Heathrow. He eventually passed 41 packages filled with cocaine. At Gatwick Airport, officers have been drawn to a couple who've been behaving suspiciously.
Thank you.
At the immigration desk, the woman in white is asked to remove her sunglasses for passport verification. Her partner in the red shirt at the desk next to her is allowed to proceed. Eventually, she too is allowed through. But Officer Chris has reasons to doubt they're legitimate travellers.
The fact they changed their date of return to come back by a week, to us, they look quite nervous. Down at immigration, they acted very sort of strangely. They sort of try to go in the wrong exit.
The couple separate as they exit the baggage reclaim area. Typical behaviour of passengers with something to hide.
Two of you together? Yeah. Have you got your passports and tickets? How long have you been out there for?
Oh, 17, 18 days.
Holiday?
Suspicion grows that they could be hiding the real reason for their trip.
All right, you packed your own bags?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's given you anything to bring back at all, have they? Okay, let's have a quick look at your bags anyway.
But it seems the man doesn't want his case to be searched.
I don't think I've got the key in that one for us.
Oh, right, how come you've got the key?
Yeah.
If the keys aren't found by the time the other suitcase has been searched, the padlock will be forcibly removed.
Not that good.
A small trace of cocaine is detected from the first suitcase. So Officer Pete decides to remove the padlock from the other one. Surprisingly, it's almost empty.
I'm just going to x-ray this bag, okay?
He just looks nervous.
This is so light. They're acting so nervous.
The bag is checked for any hidden concealments.
Doesn't look that promising either, does it?
There's nothing in the bag that we can find, but the things like they didn't have the lock for their padlock was a bit unusual. The fact where they've come from as well just gives us grounds to go to the next sort of level of the search.
How did you finance the trip?
Hard saving.
This remains doubtful given neither of the couple currently work.
This is our reward for putting through this ship. Right, okay.
The questioning starts to make the man defensive.
Yeah, it's an expensive trip for somebody who's not working, okay? Unfortunately, I understand that.
But it's not just here the couple have aroused suspicion.
That's quite ironic, actually. We've had this treatment both ends so far. All right.
Don't know why we're still
We almost missed a flight. Okay. I'm afraid I will have to have a quick ask for rub-down searches on both of you anyway, okay?
Now we're going to go to the search of person. And if we don't find anything in there, we find sort of additional factors from the search, we'll think again about what we're going to do.
Both passengers are taken to separate rooms and searched individually to see if they're carrying any drugs on their bodies.
I'm just trying to see if there's any traces in the shoes to establish if she's a swimmer.
If passengers are carrying drugs internally, traces are often excreted through the sweat glands in feet.
That seems okay in the green colour.
The woman's shoes come back clear. With no hard evidence found on her, she's released to await the outcome of her partner.
I'm just going to pat you down, basically. Okay. Let's see you hold your feet there as well. I think we're just about done.
Surprisingly, nothing is found on the male passenger either. Despite their erratic behaviour and very unusual story, the couple are free to go.
They're actually very, very nervous. They were marching up and down left, right and centre. There was a change in the booking of the tickets. He was unemployed. And how did he afford a holiday like that? With no job?
Although their conduct still remains suspicious, Officer Pete has no option but to accept their version of events.
Don't know what it was about, but as he said, it was a holiday to celebrate being unemployed, and that was it.
At Birmingham Airport, one of the daily flights from Dubai has just landed. As passengers collect their luggage from the reclaim area, Officer John is observing two men travelling together who separated as they came through immigration.
Yeah, he just brought his stuff out. I thought he was on the moon.
It's suspicious behaviour, so John decides to stop the first of the passengers as he comes through the customs channels.
Hello, sir. Where have you arrived from today, please? Dubai. Could I just see your passport, please? Thank you. You're travelling by yourself today?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Just been away for holiday?
Yeah, just 6 days.
How long were you away for?
6, 7 days, man.
6, 7 days?
Yeah.
Visiting family?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what family have you got?
Why ask? I could be stopped already, man.
Yeah, and I'm just, fortunately, this is the way we do things. Okay, hold on.
There's nothing in it, man.
No, don't open it yet.
Your time.
No, yeah, but I need to ask the questions first. So this is your bag, yeah?
Yeah, this is my bag.
Did you pack it yourself?
Yes.
Are you aware of the contents of the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you carrying anything for anyone else?
No.
Okay, are you aware that there's certain things you can't bring into England?
Yes.
Such as controlled drugs?
Yes, man.
Firearms?
Yes.
Weapons?
Firearm, you know. Are you mad?
Weapons? Indecent, obscene material?
Go on, man. Just open the bag, man. I want to go, man.
Listen, I'm asking the questions.
Oh,
okay, are you aware of your allowances that you're allowed to bring in, such as cigarettes and alcohol?
Yes.
So do you have anything to declare the customs?
Nothing at all, man.
Nothing at
Do
all.
your thing, man.
Okay, the sooner I do this, the sooner we can all finish, okay?
John becomes concerned by the man's aggressive nature and his claims that he's travelling alone.
Hello.
You could just stay off your phone for me as well, please. Okay, you need to look what I'm doing and you need to cut the phone call, okay? You need to cut the phone call. You can't have phones in the area.
Cool, man. Relax, man. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm relaxed, okay? And the sooner we get this done, the sooner you can be on your way.
All right, man. Do your
okay?
thing, man. Do your thing.
Excellent.
I'm just wasting your time, man.
Not wasting anyone's time.
No, that's it. Put this on.
Yeah, put it on, help yourself.
As the man becomes more and more erratic, John suspects he may have something to hide.
There you go, look, I'm even folding them for you.
Who's asking you to fold them?
I know, I'm just trying to be pleasant, aren't
No one's asking you to
If I'm pleasant, you can be pleasant.
With every step of the search causing an argument, he may be here a long time.
Okay then, I'll just leave it there for you, you can do what you like with it. What's in here?
Nothing much, man.
Nothing much, tell me what it is.
Just flavour, man.
Flavoured.
Shisha, man.
Say again?
It's nothing. Open it, see for yourself.
The man is being deliberately vague about his tub containing shisha tobacco.
So what do you do? Do you eat it or drink it or? You chew it?
For flights outside the EU, passengers are allowed to carry just 250 grams of loose tobacco. The tub is 4 times the allowance.
So what is it like, sugar or tobacco?
But it's only one, isn't it? I'm allowed to carry one.
Yeah, I just wonder what else, I've never seen it before.
It's only one. I'm only carrying one.
Okay, I'm just going to leave it there for a second.
That's it, mate.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else.
You got anything in your pockets there?
No, you want to search? I've already been searched. You want to search me
No,
again?
all I was asking you about your jeans pockets, that's all.
But despite his assurances that he's carrying nothing else, a further item is found in his suitcase.
Yeah, what's that in there?
That's probably girl's food, isn't it? I brought the bag from a girl, innit? So it must be. What do you think it is?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking you.
With the man being evasive, John suspects he may have discovered an illegal substance.
Just don't say anything,
man.
okay?
That's Tampax, man. What the girls put on for their periods, man.
Okay, just like I say.
This guy's getting excited for no reason, you know.
Just calm
Don't
me.
get excited, man.
Look, am I getting...
controlled drug.
Do I look excited?
Get out of here, man. I'm back. Yeah, that's cocaine, isn't it?
That's what I can check, isn't it? That's what I can check, okay?
That's not cocaine,
So I'm just going to go and check. So you stay here with this officer. Okay, keep calm and we'll be back out.
A sanitary towel is taken away to see if it's concealing drugs. Meanwhile, officers have intercepted the passenger's suspected travelling companion and confiscated more than 12 kilograms of loose tobacco.
Do you still want to complain, yeah?
The results on the sanitary towel show no traces of drugs.
Don't give it to me, man. It's cocaine in it. You keep it for souvenir side.
Officers suspect the man's performance may have been an unsuccessful distraction tactic to prevent his travelling companion from being stopped.
Just the type of character he was. Some people just don't like dealing with officials, and he was one of those. There you go, sir.
Yeah, man.
Thanks very much. Have a nice day.
Have a bad day.